Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Trump and Wisconsin and intent and personality characteristics. Because something happened, and I think most people are kind of laughing it off because it's odd. At the same time, there's probably something to kind of notice from it. Former President Trump called the Speaker of the House in Wisconsin, the State House, the Assembly up there, and asked Voss to decertify the election, the 2020 election. You know, the thing all the hearings are about right now. I mean, that's odd. When you really think about it, we're talking about, and I'm not talking about like way back then, I'm talking about sometime within the last 2 weeks. Trump called and asked for this to be pushed through up there. And that, prompts my normal question of why? Intent, what's going on? And when you break it down, there aren't many options. I mean, either the former president has completely lost the plot and actually believes that somehow this would lead to him going to the White House, like there's still some way to undo the election or something like that, which that's not a thing. So that's one option. Another option is that he's attempting to build an insanity defense, which, sure, why not? But when you look at everything else, this kind of fits with his personality. And it could be a personal motivation or a more practical one. The personal one could just be he is what many people believe him to be. Somebody who can't let go of his grievance. Somebody who's very much the type of person who, I didn't lose, they cheated, and then flips over the Monopoly board, And this is him unable to let it go. Right? That's one option. Another is that he's doing it for political reasons. He sees his failing numbers, his slipping power, and he's trying to find some way to energize his base. And this is a way he sees that might do it, give him a win of some kind, legitimize those claims, at least symbolically. I mean, you have to understand, even if Wisconsin did this, it wouldn't actually change anything. It's a very odd ask. So it could be about that base and playing into that image, because that's what his base wants, They want that person that just wouldn't back down. And, I mean, that sounds good in theory. But when you are talking about somebody who's leading a country, that's actually horrible. That's horrible. And at this point, we're not just talking about Trump. We're talking about Trump and all of those like him who share that personality trait. I'm never wrong. I don't lose. Yeah, that makes for great social media, but it's also a horrible leader. Can you imagine the situations that arose during his presidency that didn't get addressed because he wouldn't admit he was wrong? I can think of a few. And all of those political personalities who have modeled themselves after him, they're going to share that same trait. And they will fail in all of the ways he failed. And they will plunge the country into the mess that we're in. The I'm never wrong attitude, it's not a good one. Everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong about something that they believe right now. The desire to paint yourself as infallible. That's a desire that authoritarians have. That's a desire that those who would take your freedom. It's a desire they have. This current wave of political personality that can't admit defeat, can't admit when they were wrong, even when faced with mountains of evidence. This is something that is very detrimental to the United States. And since a whole lot of their supporters don't care about that, it's something that's very detrimental to the Republican Party. It's very detrimental to the right wing, to conservative values, and all of those identities that you've latched onto. The inability to accept when you are wrong just leads you down a road where you continue to make mistakes. It happened over and over again during Trump's presidency. It's happening now after his presidency. And those personalities, those political figures who modeled themselves after Trump, they're going to be the exact same way. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.